So, how's everybody doing? If it's not one thing, it's another, right? Remember, we kept telling you how on the Tasman build, I kept getting rained out. Well, it officially moved from getting rained out to getting flooded out. uh, this is the first time in oh, I'm trying to think here. What's it been? 2 days? First time in 2 days that I've been able to really sit here and do anything in the basement. Um, I'm at the point now that I got to fire up the dehumidifier and just let it run for a couple of weeks. It's quite humid down here right now. I didn't get a lot of water, just enough to cover the floor, But I had enough stuff that absorbs water, you know, just to make it a pain in the butt. I got some pictures of some of the flooding. One of these it's not my street, but it's like 3 blocks, 4 blocks away. My street didn't get this bad, but this picture I'm going to show you is from like 4 blocks away. And then I'm going to show you another picture of where I work. It's front office. Um, you get to see that, and the one where I work, the picture is actually looking at a road, so the road would go sideways across the picture, and just out of frame, like behind bushes, I couldn't get a picture of it. But just out of frame, there's like bushes and stuff, and there's a car sitting in the middle of the road that got stalled in the road. And at the time, the water level is at the windshield. Is whenever I took the picture, the water level was at the windshield. But we have fences up around the property there at work, and from where the car's sitting, the water level in the car, and where the fences are, the water level was actually probably 4 or 5 feet higher at one point, which would have completely engulfed the car and a lot of other stuff. So the water wasn't, I'm not talking, 2 feet right there where we work. Maybe not quite 10 feet. Let me think here. Yeah, probably closer to 6 feet of water. But if you think of 6 feet of water, and then there's a stream that runs behind there, and it goes down probably 4 feet. The bank of the stream goes down about 4 feet to where normal is. So the stream had to come up about 4 feet and then flood the entire area of like 6 feet. But what the picture I'm showing you there at work, though, this is hours after the flooding. If it isn't one thing, it's another. You know what I mean? I sprung a leak in the roof, so something tells me just water found a way in because the roof couldn't handle that volume. I think they were telling us 4 inches per hour is what we were seeing, if I remember correctly. So your little measuring things, what are they, this big around? So figure every hour it would fill up 4 inches. Put that in a square foot, 4 inches of water every hour, and then you try to divert all that water down through the stream. Oh, it was bad. The sewers were flowing up. In a lot of areas, the water was shooting up out of the streets. So it'll probably be, they're still calling for rain for the next 3 or 4 days. So it's, I have a feeling we're not at the end of this. Boy, in Superman's Poland, we're still waiting on parts. A seal. That's I'm a standstill because of a seal. and I think I'm 3 weeks waiting on a seal now. Yeah, complete standstill. You know, I'm at the mercy of the mailman at the moment. Just waiting on a seal. I did have to replace the starter. Where is it? Who knows? This is a mess down here right now. The starter spring, the recoil spring was broken, but I have a 306 and that starter was fine, so I'm just stealing the 306 starter and putting on Simple Man's 245. Pretty simple. It ended up being a simple solution to a simple problem. But yeah, we're underwater, dealing with some flooding. I check in with y'all about that. It's kind of funny. What'd you think of those pictures? So, I purchased another saw that I'm not real familiar with. It's not here yet. It's in the mail. So let's see if there's any experts, Homelite experts on this channel. This is going to take an expert. Okay? I've never seen one before. I think I heard of them one other time. And correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? This is just, I think this is what it is. I've been asking around, and I still haven't got all the details, but this is what I got so far. It's a Homelite XL-67. So, think of an XL12 and an XL Auto. So the XL12 is a manual oiler only saw, 54 cc's. The XL Auto is 58 cc's, and it is an auto oiler with manual override. The 67 is like the XL12. It's a manual oiling only saw, but it is 58 cc's like the XL Auto. And if you distinguish the manual oiling operation by where the oil fill is located on the saw, on the XL67, it's wrong. The oil fill is near the handlebar, but I guess it's still the manual oiling only saw. Now, from what I understand, the XL67 is kind of like a special run. It was ran in 1967 as a commemorative saw in Canada, I believe. It is Terry built, but that's about all the information I have on it. I'd like to know more, how this came about and all that stuff. I got on Leon's channel, and I think he said he only ever seen one of them, and then he had one. So I guess he had only ever seen one other one, plus the one he has, and now I located this one. So those are the only three that I know of. I'm sure there's others out there. But those are the only three XL67s that I know of. I've seen Leon's, mine's in the mail, and then he had mentioned about another one. I might have my information wrong, though. I have a tendency to do that. I'm curious to know if anybody else on here knows anything about them. I just happened to be on eBay browsing around, and there it popped up, and I was like, huh, I never saw one of them, so I bought it. That's literally what happened. I never saw one, so I just bought it right there on the spot. It was cheap enough that I just did it. It should be here in another week or so, but it just looks like any other XL12 or XL Auto. It's blue, but I'm curious to know if anybody out there has any more information. Are they really like a special run or something? I guess they didn't mass produce them. I don't know how many they produced. Maybe 100? I don't know. We'll look at the serial number, see how many. We'll look at the serial number and see if we can date it and figure out how many saws. See if anything on the serial number might show us like a weird, run or something. But there hasn't been much going on around here lately. Just You know, trying to fight back all the water. That's all. Trying to keep from flooding out. I definitely had some water get into the house. Uh, I don't know how it made it in, but it made it in spots that I never thought of. Probably just because there was just such a large volume, you know. You just can't hold it back once it gets to a certain point. But I'm going to have to make some repairs. I got some saggy spots in the ceiling I'm going to take care of. Luckily, it's drop ceiling. That'll be easy to fix. But I got to get on the roof, figure out what happened. I might have lost a couple shingles in the wind or something. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if any of you guys are near me here in the Pennsylvania area, in New Enterprise, Pennsylvania, there's going to be a kind of an antique show next weekend. I'm going to try to go, but we're going camping next weekend. So I don't know. We're not going to be camping far from that location. We'll see. So what it is, it's an antique show for I'm trying to think, excavating equipment. I think it is. It's specifically for like excavating equipment, like antique equipment for excavating. So I'm kind of curious to see what that's about. I don't know if they've ever had one like that before, but I'm going to try to check it out if I can. But we're going to be camping, so you know, camping's more important. But I got a feeling they're not going to enjoy the camping. We'll see. It's cicada season, and they're pretty bad. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. It might be just an overnight camping trip. I have a feeling I just got a feeling they're not going to be happy. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. I got a basement full of flies for some reason. I don't know where they came from. I've never had flies down here. They're everywhere. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. We're waiting on seals for the pull-in, and I'm flooded. So, you know, just in time to pay off the house, right? Oh, alrighty. Well, hey, I'll catch you guys later. Alrighty, till next time.